the best, and I I request all the students to actively participate and also to come out with such kind of new programs and also disseminate the information among all the students. I congratulate the Mechanical Engineering Association, office bearers, the faculty coordinators, and also the robotic club coordinators and office bearers for conducting this program. I also thank Dr. Aravind for accepting the invitation and for delivering this talk. Thank you very
Yes, sir.
much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. Now I welcome the chief guest of the day, Dr. S.S. Arvind, on behalf of our institution. It's my pleasure to introduce the chief guest, Dr. S.S. Arvind, Associate Professor, KL University, having 11 years of experience in the engineering education. He received 11 plus national awards for teaching excellence and research. He completed 12 industry certification and delivered more than 50 plus invited talks around India. He published more than 20 plus international journals and trained more than 250 plus students in the domain of Oracle, SQL, uh, PLSQL, Python, digital marketing, social media, and so on. We are extremely happy to have you here with us today, sir.
Yeah,
Now,
thank you so much.
now I profusely elated to request the chief guest to deliver his talk.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. First
Yeah.
of all, good afternoon to everybody connected here. So, thank you so much for your complimenting words. So, first of all, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to PL College management, higher officials, faculty members, and the student coordinators, and the students. So really, I would like to congratulate all the people because in this during this pandemic, you all are showing some interest to learn something new, the new technology, robotic process automation. So I really appreciate the students and the faculty community also. Am I audible, sir? Are you listening to me?
Yes, yes, sir. We can hear you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So thank you so much for inviting me, sir. So now I'm going to start my presentation. Is my screen visible to all of you?
Yes, we can see.
So, dear students, before we start the presentation, I would like to feed some knowledge on what exactly the robotic process automation is. So, I welcome all the participants, come students, for my on-screen demo. So, this is my on-screen demo. So, can you see this, sir?
Yes.
My on-screen demo, is it visible?
Yes, sir. We can see.
Yes, yes. Thank you, sir. So, listen to me carefully, dear students. So, this is the Google search engine, right? Now I'm going to type some of the query here. I'm going to enter some query here with this IntelliPart. So IntelliPart is the query I entered here. Then as soon as I enter the query, some results have been thrown by this Google search engine. So I am opening the first result. Yes. So this is the first landing page of this IntelliPart. So landing page means, so wherever we are entering now as a first step into that website, this is called a landing page. So in here, you may see that one chat window, right? All of you are seeing this one now. Can you all see this? Yeah, chat window is appearing here, right?
Yeah.
So this is not a human chat agent. So this is considered as the piece of code. Piece of code. That means this is a program. Okay. So here, this chat bot, this is called chat bot. We developed, that means this website developer has developed this chat bot to interact with the website visitors. Okay. So instead of communicating with the people one to one, they developed this chat bot here. Okay. So now what I am going to do is I am typing hi here. So this chat bot, yeah. So Christy is the chat bot name. Christy has joined here, and this Christy is asking some questions to us. May I know which course you are looking for? Actually, this IntelliPath website is the predominantly used online learning platform. So they are asking some questions. So now we are going to answer for that one. I am a student. I am typing here. I am a student. I am typing here, and I'm just waiting for this response. Okay, this chat window is going to throw some response within few seconds. We all have to wait. Yeah. Okay. The Christy. Yeah. Could you please be specific with the course you are looking for? It is asking us. So I am typing now. I am looking for robotics course, and I hit enter here. So I just typed I am looking for robotic course. So now the Christy, yeah, the Christy is typing. I'm happy to check you the information. Meanwhile, you have to give your details. So they are trying to collect our details. These details include name, contact number, country code, and so on. They may ask for our mail ID also sometimes. So now I am typing my name, that is Ashok, and we need to wait for the response. We need to wait for the Christy to respond. The Christy is going to give the reply. We have to wait. So what is the logic behind it in this development of chatbot? To reduce the human power, human intervention, and to automate all the tasks, they have developed these chatbots. So already mechanical students have, I think, we are getting the reply now. Could you please share your contact number? Yes, I am going to give my contact number here. Then I am hitting enter now. I think some of the mechanical students are connected here. May I know your mail ID? Yes. So I'm going to type my mail ID. So I entered my mail ID here, and I am waiting for the Christy to respond. So I am enhancing the screen now. I'm just maximizing it. Thanks for sharing your details. My team will get in touch with you shortly. Now I'm taking, okay, sure. Thanks for your response. Then I hit enter. So this is called as the chatbot services. So now this is called robotic process automation. Here we are creating robotic based software that is called chatbot to reduce the human power here. We are going to make automated tasks instead of manually assigned or manually compiled tasks. Okay, now we will go to the presentation. So I'm telling to you, my dear students, some of the mechanical students, mechatronics students, E&A students, you may have joined here, okay? And you might have familiar with seeing the physically available robots, right? You have seen some of the films also, and some of the industries, manufacturing industry, automobile industry, they all have started using robots for reducing the task. If you are trying to feed the hard skill, that is called robots. If you are trying to feed the soft skills, that is called RPA. So am I making sense to you all? If you are, once again I am telling that, if you want to give the hard skill knowledge to a self-autonomous engine or object, entity or agent, whatever it may be, they are called as robots. But instead of giving the hard skills, we are going to give the cognitive skills to make the manual efforts reduced. Okay, so this is called robotic process automation, right? So this robotic process automation is not a single word or single statement. So it is the combination of three words: robotic, process, and automation. So dear participants, I completed a paid course on Simplilearn. I think you all have heard about this Simplilearn, right? So in that only I completed this robotic process automation tool. So I am using this PPT, which are shared by and powered by the Simplilearn website. Here robot represents an entity. It may be an object or agent who is going to mimic the human action. So it is going to simulate the human action, human intelligence. Then the second way, process. This process involves sequence of steps to be carried out. So how this process will be carried out? That is going to be an automated process. Please have a look on this sentence, this word. Without human being assistant, without any human intervention, we are going to do particular task. So that is called as the automation. So these three words are combined and produced the robotic process automation. Right. So let us enter into some of the use cases. Ticket booking, ticket reservation system is there. So whenever you people want to go anywhere, you will book train tickets, right? But here they have given a bank example, bank transaction example. So each and every day after 9:30 or 9:45, the bank employees will come to the bank and they will open the bank. Around 10 a.m. or 10:30 a.m. only, they will on the server. So they are going to log in into the server. Here they have given us a SAP CRM, Client Requirement Maintenance CRM. SAP is the Enterprise Edition, Enterprise Framework. So this bank employees, they are going to open this SAP and they are going to look for the people, those who are all applying for loan amounts or for some of the credit amounts. They are all seeking for loan amount and credit amount. So after opening this server and after logging into this CRM, they are going to update, they are going to enable the status into the in progress. Then they are going to allocate some transaction ID. If any third party is involving, they are taking care of that third party also. Then finally, they are going to close all the requests that are raised by the customers or users. So look at the point here. What we have to wonder here is, Each employee worked on 200 to 250 tickets per day. Here, ticket means this is not a ticket, that is the query raised by the customer or client. So each and every employee have to spend some time, because this raising the ticket and solving the ticket issue are taking some times, okay, to process. But the same case, if you are dealing with the RPA process, now the bank is leveraging this RPA process. They are going to use this RPA process for their customer service. So here, this is the manual customer service process. One man is sitting here, no? But here is our RPA enabled customer service process. So if you are using manual ticket checking or query checking, it is taking 6 minutes. But here, with the help of this RPA enabled ticket checking or answering the queries, it is taking 1 minute only. So all the organizations, institutions, enterprises are started leveraging RPA enabled customer services. Okay, how does RPA work? The thing is that once we develop or purchased this RPA into our concern, our organization, what exactly the RPA is going to do? So this RPA is a software. We may say that RPA is an agent. RPA is a technique to reduce the manpower, and with the help of the RPA, we will automate all of our manual tasks. Yes, sir. Somebody is trying to talk, I think. Hello.
I think
Some noise.
yeah, mic is on, I think. I request all the participants to mute yourself.
Yeah, now it is clear, sir.
Yeah, okay. You can continue, sir.
Yeah, now it is clear, sir. So this here, for example, one loan company is there, okay, or LIC company is there. They are leveraging. They developed. They purchased. They outsourced this RPA. So what the RPA is going to do? This RPA is going to read all the mails. And if the RPA finds any attachment, that means Excel attachment, it will open those attachments and it will take all the data which are fetched in that attachment, and it will throw all the data into the ERP platform. After that, the analysis will be taking place with the help of the analyst. So here, the manpower is not required because this RPA is taking care of everything. And here, please look at the types of RPA. We have two types of RPA. So I used to show one on-screen demo, right? So in that, what we have observed, what we have seen, a chatbot is there. A chatbot is developed for that particular website. The website name was IntelliPart. The chatbot will answer all the queries of their website visitors. That chatbot is called as front office chatbot. Front office chatbot. Attended RPA. Attended RPA. So 1 second, sir. Attended RPA. Can you hear my voice, sir?
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, I will proceed. So RPA that will interact with the human beings. So one second, sir. Hello.
Yes, sir. You can continue, sir.
Sir, I'm in meeting, sir. I will call you later, sir. I will call you, sir. Sorry, sir. I am getting some of the disturbance.
It's
Yes,
okay.
sorry for that, sir. So this front office, that means the chatbot are coming under the category of attended RPA. So if any RPA will sit in the desktop, and if that RPA are responding to us, that is called as the attended RPA. And another one type we are using here is unattended RPA. It will be called as the back office RPA. It will do all the process instead of human being. So this will sit in the desktop, but this will work with the software. That is called as the unattended RPA. And sometimes we need to think of using a hybrid RPA also. So here are some features, some advantages of this RPA. So if whenever you want to use this RPA, you can get less errors only. Only less amount of training time is required. After extracting the results, you will get the high quality output, high efficiency, high efficient output also you are going to get. So this is example flowchart they have given. One second, sir. Power cut. So this is the example of attended RPA. You just consider an e-commerce site. The manager is going to initiate the process. The manager, that means the manager is going to ignite the employees. The employees will take charge. The employee handed over that queued task to the RPA process. This RPA will collect all the tasks, and based on the existing proposal or existing purchased history, it will check all the data. If it is finding any duplicate data, it will send the report to employee. Employee again will check, and they will give the response to RPA. Then this RPA will give some offer, or it will place some order. Then employee takes control, and the employee will update the system. So this is how an attended RPA is considered as the front office executive. And here, unattended RPA, it will do all the work instead of human being. So in attended RPA, the human intervention will be there, but in unattended RPA, the human intervention will not be there. The manager is
Sorry
going
for
to
interrupting
initiate.
you, sir. Arvind, sir. Some
Yes,
voice noise is coming from your mic, I think.
One second, sir. Let me
Voice
check it.
disturbance.
One second.
Sure, sir. Okay.
Now it is okay, sir. Now it is okay, sir.
Now also it is there. Yeah, now.
Okay. The thing is that here we have some power issues, sir. Power is not here. So
Okay, sir. Then continue, sir. No problem. Now it reduced. Now it is clear.
reduced. Okay, sir.
Hmm.
Then this RPA will take charge of reading that email and opening Excel document and writing the information into the ERP system. Then this analysis person, the manager, will be taking care of everything. Right? So these are the so we have two type of RPA here: attended and unattended RPA. So here are some benefits of RPA. 24/7 working will be there, so it will increase the throughput. Then cost will be reduced, workload will be reduced. It is going to eliminate some errors, so that the employment engagement in terms of customer satisfaction is increased here. Okay, yeah. So listen to me, dear participants. So now I am going to explain something about RPA tools. So the most widely used, globally accepted, the first tool is UiPath tool. So the users are giving 9.2 average rating for this UiPath tool, and 12,499 companies comparisons have been made with this UiPath with other existing automation softwares. Then the second one is Automation Anywhere, A Square, AA, that is also a software. Then the third one is Blue Prism. The three are most widely used RPA tools. Okay. Now we will go to the working principle and some of the benefits of RPA. Then we will go to the demo of UiPath RPA workload automation. Yes. So this is the need of RPA. So this IRPAI, that is Institute for Robotic Process Automation, Artificial Intelligence. So they are telling us to go with this RPA whenever we need to deal with the labor-intensive organizations. The labor-intensive organizations only will make use of this RPA, and also if your work is to analyze the large transactional functional data, that time you will make use of this RPA. Then apart from this definition, we have to think in two new dimensions, that is artificial intelligence and machine learning, right? So artificial intelligence is the process of making the machines to think and act like a human being, right? So here the computers, the agents are programmed in artificial intelligence, but in machine learning we are not going to write the programs to the machines. So rather than the machines will be trained with the help of the existing data and experience. And these two dimensions, artificial intelligence and machine learning, are enabled in this software to handle high volume and repeatable tasks that can be done by the human beings so far. Okay, now these tasks will be done by RPA, right? So here is the implementation part of this RPA. And in order to implement this RPA into your organization or enterprise, you don't have to change any existing infrastructure. Then you will make use of your traditional systems also. You don't have to change anything. So what are our pitfalls? What are considered as pitfalls so far? Why we are going for this RPA is we have to deal with the queries, multiple queries, avalanche of queries raised by the clients or customers. We need to answer for that queries. It is going to be a repeated task. Then calculations. Each and every day, each and every minute, we need to do some calculations, right, to enhance the return on investment of some of the companies. Then keeping track of informations, that is maintaining of all the records. That means some of the records may be stored in business data or transaction data or ERP data. So all the records have to be maintained here. Then the final thing is transaction. If you take any bank, so many transactions will be done per day. So each and every transaction data have to be maintained, right? So these are considered as the repeated task. So in order to do this repeated task only, we are going with this RPA. Already we discussed about these three things: UiPath, Blue Prism, A Square, Automation Anywhere. And this Work Fusion and Pega are emerged in the year of 2020 only. Some of the companies like IBM and TCS, they have started using this Work Fusion and Pega. So what can be done by this RPA? What are the things the RPA will do? This RPA will extract some structured data from any document, If you are going to write some rule, if then rule, it will process the rule also. It will satisfy the rule also, and it will fill the form and move file to another folder, and it will create another folder. It will merge another folder. It will hide some of the folder. It will unhide some of the folders, and it will try to connect your system with some API. Then it will make some complex or complicated calculation. It will try to learn machine learning algorithms. It will read and write to your database. Your database might be Oracle or NoSQL or PLSQL, whatever it may be. Then it will log in into your web, and it will take all of your web information, and it will copy paste, and that process is called as the scraping of your data from the document. Then it will open your email, and it will attach all of your files. So these all work have been done by this RPA. Okay, so this is the RPA growth. The global market value of RPA is crossed up to $271 million in the year of 2016, and now this is expected to hit $1.2 billion in the year of 2021. I think we are achieving, we are marching towards this success, and this is the prediction rate of so in the during the time of 2016 to 21 only, the RPA has been started to emerging. After that, we could see the phenomenal height and the phenomenal growth in this RPA software. So the RPA software boundary has been indicated here with the orange color. The RPA services are mentioned here with this blue color. So these RPA software and RPA services both are integrated together, okay, to produce the intelligent actions which are used in the decision making approach. Yes, so this is the main presentation, main page. You have to understand about these analytics concepts. In order to do the analysis only, this RPA are coming into the picture. Once again, sir. Tambi, hey, Karna Birja. Karna, yeah, it's heavy sweating here, sir, in my room. No power is there. Okay, I can manage.
Okay, thank you.
No problem, sir. So this simple RPA is called as the descriptive analysis, because here we are going to give the definition to the RPA. This is the what you have to do, this one. That's all. Then coming to enterprise RPA, this is going to be a diagnostic analytics RPA. That means it will find out the problem, why this problem was happened. Based on that, the problem, you have to give the future solution. Then the third one is predictive analytics. Then fourth one is cognitive and artificial intelligence based prescriptive analytics. So this predictive analytics is going to predict the future based on the history, and this one prescriptive is this is going to happen. For that, what we have to do? So in that way, it will take the sensing capability of human beings. We are going to feel that knowledge. It will take the sensing capability of human beings according, and it will act accordingly. So this is the step-by-step analytic process approach of RPA. So benefits of RPA: ease of implementation and effortless integration with the existing system. As I told earlier, you don't have to change any underlying existing traditional architecture in order to deploy your RPA applications. So then you will make use of some flowchart based applications also here. So then RPA companies, as I said earlier, capital intensive companies and labor intensive companies. Only those types of companies can think about the adoption of RPA. So now the companies are, these companies are started using this RPA. இப்படிக்கே இந்த கதவை திறந்து விட காத்து இருக்கும். லைட்டை போடு, ஃபேன் போடு, ஃபேன் போட்டு அதை ஆஃப் பண்ணு. Okay. Yes. So these industries only have started adopting this RPA concept. The financial industry is going to find out the customer churn analysis with the help of this RPA process, and the HR department is going to find out the entry and the exit of the employers. Then marketing and the sales, that means the digital marketing companies, they are using this RPA to find out the visitors behaviors with the help of the Google Analytics. Then customer relationship management system like cloud Salesforce is the Salesforce is also using two-layered robotic process automation kit to engage that employees. And ERP, as we all know that ERP is the automated software system. It will take the report of your employees activity. Each and every day activity will be recorded in this ERP. IT integration, that means DevOps concepts will be implemented here with the use of this RPA, and insurance agencies will predict the loan amount and the insurance penalty amount with the help of this RPA. So robot versus RPA, as I said earlier, if you want to deploy or feed R skill, that is called as the R skill. If you want to feed R skill to the robot, a machine, that is called as the robot, that is available physically. But here you are going to feed intelligence. So this RPA will not be available physically. It will be available virtually. So we are going to call this RPA as the virtual robots. So these are some of the robots already you have been familiar with. This is autonomous robots. These are assisted robots. But here our robots are going to do some work or some tasks which are related to software. So those these robots are used to perform some operation with the help of the physically available environment or physical environment. But our RPA will work on the softwares. That means so only this RPA are called as the digital supporters. So here are some benefits. ROI, return on investment, after implementation of RPA in the companies. So the deviation, you can see the humongous variance here, 30% to 200%. It has been raised. The return on investment after implementing the RPA into your industry. Right. So now I would like to show a demo with UiPath. Is my screen visible, sir?
Yes, sir, we can see.
So once again, I welcome all the participants for my on-screen demo. So this is the UiPath platform. See here. So we are UiPath. We make software robots, so people don't have to be robots. So this is the thing. That is the write-up. I am going to paste it here in this chat window. So you all have to study these lines. That is very, very mind-blowing line. So we make software robots. So people don't have to be a robot. So they are telling that we are going to create the software robot. So you people don't have to act as the robot. This software robot will act for you. They are coming to say like that. Then, so yeah, here is the use case. So here is the use case. Right. So example from healthcare, improving the patient's outcome. So this in this picture, you may say that clearly about how software robots can help improving the patient outcome. Right. So before UiPath enabled RPA, this was the situation. So after the enablement and the implementation of this UiPath, this is the situation. So before that, what was happened? 5 minutes to complete the task. So the doctor takes 5 minutes to complete the following task. That is going to be a manual task. What he has to do? He has to receive the lab report first. opens, he has to open the patient record, he has to enter the lab data, he has to open letter template, and he has to write the patient letter, and he has to add all the medical prescription, and he has to add his digital signature, he has to email all the letters, and he has to verify that all the emails have been reached successfully or not. Then he is going to close the record. This is before this UI path was enabled. And the second picture clearly depicts about the implementation of patient outcome, patient healthcare monitoring system after usaging of this UI path. So it is going to be a 1 minute work only. So this robot will take care of all the manual work. It will pull lab record, and it will update the patient record, and it will alert the physician. Okay. Then it will do all the actions. It will fill the form. It will review the data. It will choose all the letters. It will create send and confirmation letter, and it is going to observe all the tasks. Then finally it is going to close the doctor patient interaction report. So that is the thing I would like to show to you, show to all of you. And the second thing is Blue Prism. So this is the secondly used automation software. Yeah. So here they are asking us, here heard about Blue Prism World? No. Tell me. If you give no, then it will take you to this website. Learn more about Blue Prism. And I would like to show another one demo of UiPath. So here so this UiPath is a open source software. It is available openly. So whenever you want to download it, you can go to this site. Download. And the main thing I would like to tell to all of you students, the thing is that if you want to get any IT job, you have to understand all the codings. And somebody of you are saying that, sir, I am totally allergic for coding. I don't know any coding. So if you are saying like that, don't worry. We have alternative options. So look at my chat window. If you are allergic for coding, but if you want to put up your feet into the IT industry, you may choose this RPA, or you may choose cloud computing. So this RPA does not involve any coding crisis, and cloud computing also does not involve any coding. Then digital marketing, that is going to be another one, disrupting technology, digital marketing. I think you all are familiar with using Facebook, Google, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, right? So with the help of all the social media, you are going to you are going to sell your product. You are going to make your online presence. That is called as a digital marketing. Then the final thing is that cyber security. So we are living in the cyberspace world. Cyber security. So if you want to go with IT company, you may choose these domains, because these domains does not involve any coding skills. RPA, cloud, digital marketing, and cyber security. Right. So now you have to go to the download UiPath. So here you may enter onto that website. Here you will easily download. Yeah, you need to wait for a few seconds so that the page will get loaded. So here it will ask you to show that requisition form. If you want to download this UiPath Studio, You have to fill this form. First name you give, second name you give, and here you have to give your business mail ID only. You don't have to give a personal ID. So I'm having only 10 minutes. Only 10 minutes are left for me. I'm having another program on 4 o'clock. So the company, education, I'm going to use this software for my own purpose. So I am giving the company name as Self Associate Professor Club. So I am requesting the trial now. So here it is going to download. So I am going to pause for a while. So after downloading this one, yes, after downloading this one, wait for a second. I would like to show that front page and recording options. Yeah. So this is the website where we are going to download our UiPath edition. Then we have to sign up for your mail. You have to give your mail information. Then you have to click verification mail. Yeah, verification mail you have to give. Then you will be entering into the front page of this UiPath community edition. You can download community edition also, or if you want enterprise edition, you can download enterprise edition also. You have to click everything: community license, then studio community license, stable version. Then you have to select all these things: JIT, SVN, and TF. This all are for storing in the networking purpose. Continue. You have to give. Done. Yeah. So this is the first page of your UiPath Studio Pro community. So please listen to me exactly. So dear students, this is my desktop, right? Are you all seeing, no? This is my desktop. I am going to do some operations. For example, I am going to create an Excel sheet. So this is serial number, name of the student, AD, and semester. I am going to enter some data here. Name of the students, Arun. So like that, I'm going to give some of the students' name here. I101. And semester, so I'm just creating a worksheet, Excel worksheet. I'm going to save this worksheet in my desktop. Demo. I am giving the name of demo here. So this Excel worksheet has been saved here. So for this demo, I am taking 3 minutes. I am taking 3 minutes. I need to record my 3 minutes demo. Okay, I need to record my 3 minutes demo. So initially what I have done, I have went to this button and I am typing Excel sheets Then I click close. Then I have opened a new Excel sheet. I typed some of the things and I gave some name. It has been stored and I closed it. So this everything have to be recorded. Everything will be recorded with the help of this UiPath. Then the next time, if you want to do the same thing, you don't have to do. The RPA process will start doing everything on behalf of you because the demo, the session is already been recorded in this RPA window. See this demo. So here you are going to take give a start, then open new project, then you will give test automation. Then you're going to give some name for your first demo automation, and then you are going to create this one. So after entering into the UiPath Studio homepage, you have three options: home option, design option, and debugging option. Home, design, and debugging. So what is the use of this recording button? This recording button will record your activity. It will record your activity as a session. The maximum time for a session is 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, it is not going to record anything. Then you will use mouse, keyboard, control, and window, everything. This recording. See here. So you are going to do some calculation. So during that period of recording this calculation, the calculator button is highlighted with blue color. That means it has been recorded. The calculation process is been recorded, right? So then you will click the save and exit button. So it will play the activity which is done by you. Then if you want to do this activity for more time, you will make use of this automation, right? So this is the main purpose of this robotic process automation. So dear students, now I want to check all of your knowledge, right? So I would like to ask three questions to you. So what is robotic automation? That is my first question. What is robotic process automation? What is RPA? Sir, don't think that, sir. I'm asking questions to students. I just want to check their knowledge, sir. That's all. What is RPA?
Yeah, sure, sure.
And differences between robot and RPA. Then what is meant by AI and ML? So, dear students, you can give your response here, okay? So that I will be feel happy. I will feel some of the happy. You can type your results in the window. That's all. You don't have to unmute your phone and you don't have to answer to me.
Yes, students, in your own words, you can respond. Okay.
Yeah, no problem. Whether it is
How much? Yeah,
right
how
or
much
not,
you understood?
it's not a matter. So you just reply to me.
One answer came, sir.
Yeah, yes, sir, I'm watching. Automation process using software. Excellent. RPA is a form of business technology by making use of after robot. I think you have copied and pasted here from net. I think, oh, it doesn't matter. RPA is a technology using robot softwares and artificial intelligence. Yes. Then what are the difference between robotics? That means robot and RPA. Both are same or both are different? Different. In which way both are different? RPA use software and work virtually. Exactly. Super. Then any other answer?
Very good, Naushad.
Yeah, good afternoon. Sorry, good evening. Yeah. Tell me the answer, sir. Then what the last question? What about AI and ML? AI processor making robot to perform similar to human beings. Super. Muhammad Nausat.
Yeah, Naushad is.
Then any other answer, sir? Artificial intelligence. Then what is the difference between AI and machine learning? That's all. We will finish our session now.
Sir, if they have any query, they can ask, no? Like any doubts or.
Yeah, I am coming to that Q&A session also. So now the floor is given to you, dear students. If you want to ask some questions, you may ask to me for 5 minutes.
Yes, students, you can ask anything. Sir, most of the students are in final year and third year. They are having projects also.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
We will do some of the projects also, apparently.
Yes.
And the thing is that, so here, in order to do some project in RPA, you don't have to write any coding and all. Okay. All the activities are going to be a manual activity. Once we recorded everything, this RPA will come and it will do all the work on behalf of us. So that is the beauty of this RPA what we have now.
Yes, Naushad, if you have any question, you can come up. Others also. Sahil. Sheikh Suhail. Are you there? You can unmute and speak, students.
Yeah, I will wait for 2-3 minutes, sir. No problem.
Okay. Let them come up with that.
Otherwise, you may post your queries in the chat window also.
Okay.
Okay, sir. I think we are coming to the end of today's session.
One question came, sir, from Naushad itself.
Yeah,
Is this RPA used by any core industries?
One second, sir. Yeah, is this RPA used by any core industry? Core means you are asking about your automobile and mechanical engineering, right?
Yeah.
Am I right, ma'am?
Yes.
Is that your question?
Yes, sir.
Yes. The thing is that some of the industries, some Ashok Leyland and some of the industries, they started using RPA-based attendance entry and attendance monitoring system. Okay, so we have been familiar with using ERP systems, right? So instead of that, they are using that RPA monitoring system for faculty and students attendance purpose. Instead of us, this RPA will take the attendance. Okay, in some of the colleges also they are using RPA. RPA enabled software, that means attendance taking system. In some of the companies, to maintain the employability is presence every day, they will take RPA based automation attendance taking system.
Okay, sir. Next question. Coding is needed for RPA.
Yeah, that is the main thing we need to read.
Yeah, they are very much worried about this coding.
Yes, sir.
Mechanical students.
Yeah, you may go with RPA automator. Okay, if you want to become a RPA developer, you have to rely on the coding, right? But you may choose RPA automator. That means you have to do only the automation task. Already those tasks have been done by some of the human being. You have to schedule the workload. You have to train your RPA. Then you have to come up with this idea. You will go with RPA automator. If you want to become a RPA developer, definitely you have to rely with the coding. You have to worry about this coding. Yeah.
And the next question: how are RPA useful in financing sectors? From Dawood Danish. Question.
Financial. Oh,
Yeah,
financing
yeah.
sectors.
Yes, yes.
Financing means what are you pinpoint? What are you telling about that? When that finance means which type of company?
Ganesh, question for you. Is it banking or
Yeah, we have seen some of the use
analyzing, sir?
no banking sectors also. Yeah, instead of some more people will apply for loan amount, credit amount, everything, right? More people will seek for loan, right? So based on that credit card history, based on that performance, they are going to schedule. These RBI are going to schedule some task, so it will reduce the human tedious efforts with the help of that RPA. The thing you all have to do is we have to schedule the RPA to work faster. Okay. For that, you have to study each and every modules and functionalities of the RPA to get the clear clarity understanding about the RPA. Then I would like to show some of that video demo also. I am having some of the demo links, sir. Once again, sir. Then the students, please go through this link because
You can
so
paste
how
in the
the
chat box, sir.
yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. I am writing now. Once again.
Okay.
This tutorial will help you to understand about the various applications of RPA in different types of industries. Okay, right. Which kind of RPA is used in case of chatbot or tech support? Chatbot is also considered as the RPA. So because it is also going to reduce the manual work, right? So this chatbot is also considered as the RPA program only. Python used in RPA, definitely without Python, you cannot think of any development, software development. No software is existing without the coding of Python. Python is going to become a Satan in some of the days. Without Python, you cannot think of any development of the software. Okay, what is this? Can we use the RPF for Messenger to reply our messages automatically? Yeah. So, and I would like to make note of another one thing. I think you all have your Facebook account, right? So, in that Facebook account, have you ever experienced creating of your personal page? Did anybody create your personal page? So, whenever you are trying to create your personal page, the personal page manager will ask you. Manager means not a physical person. The virtual manager software program will ask you whether you want to create your own chatbot to reply for your customers. In that way, it will ask you, right? If you give yes, the Facebook manager, instead of you, it is going to create a chat window chatbot to you. So whenever you are not there, we are not in the online, okay, it will tell the preloaded messages to your customers, whoever wants to connect with you. So am I making sense to you? So if you just do this thing, you go to the Facebook and try to open your personal page, okay. So that time at the end of the creation of your personal page, it will ask you to create the chatbot for you. Then give yes and sit simply. Okay, it will create a chatbot, and this chatbot will be starting work towards you. Yes, thank you.
Any other questions, friends? Okay, so I think we are coming to the end of the session, sir. Thank you so much for your enlightening talk about this RBA. Hope our students and all other participants are very much benefited by this. And I hope they can contact you, sir, if they have any queries or doubts in future.
Definitely.
Yeah, okay.
So then I would like to post my WhatsApp number and my
Yeah,
mail
sure.
ID here. If
Yeah.
anybody wants to get clarity in cloud computing, RPA, digital marketing,
Yes.
that means non-coding domain. See, if anybody want to learn non-coding domain,
Yes.
they will get some idea from me. Okay. So this is my number. My personal mail ID is Aravind. Arvind. So anyhow, Abdul Razak sir, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I think Abdul Razak sir is connected here.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Sir, you can give a vote of thanks.
Yes, sir. Yes. Thank you very much, sir. Many people have joined, sir. We about nearly 60 participants, sir.
Yes,
Some of
more
them
than
have
100
left,
plus registrations also we
But,
are having. Unfortunately, most of them cannot join, but we'll be sending the certificate. So thank you all. Thanks all the students in joining this. As sir told, you can contact him if you have any further doubts or any other information if you require. Okay. So thank you, sir. Thank you for this talk.
Thank
Very
you.
informative.
Thank you so much,
Okay.
Abdul Razak sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay. So all of you can leave the session.
Shall I take leave, sir, now?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thanks.